Hey guys, so just wanted to give you a little quick tutorial on how to get a bracelet with 3 strings on one clasp. So what I like to do is grab my wire and cut 3 strands. I usually will put it around my wrist, see about how long it needs to be, and I'll do a little bit extra just in case I mess up. So cut all 3 strands, and then the first thing we're going to want to do is put on part of your clasp. So we're going to get all 3 strands even at the ends and put on a crimping bead. Put all 3 through the crimping bead. So you'll have your little crimping bead through all 3 strands, and then you're going to want to put on, I like to use the bigger part of my clasp right next to the crimping bead. And then what you're going to want to do is take all 3 strands back through your crimping bead. So you'll end up with kind of like a little hoop. Hopefully it's coming in. So you'll see there we have the clasp on with the crimping bead through. And then once you've got all 3, I try to keep all 3 of my strands as even as possible, and I just pull them through until it's nice and tight at the ends. So now you should not see any more loop at the end. Hopefully you can, where am I here? Sorry. So there's no loop left at the end. After you do that, you're going to crimp the bead. So take your crimping pliers and crimp that bead down till it's flat, and that really holds it on. So now you should have 3 strands, and 3 pointy strands are going to be coming through. So when you start putting your beads on, you're going to want to just get those, basically 6 strands all through the beads. So I'll show you on this finished product. So I like to, right next to my crimping bead, put on 1 big bead just to make it a little bit easier. And then you can do your pattern, your design however you would like. I usually do 1 strand. If I'm using like solid colors, I'll do 1 strand, and then I'll do my next strand, the next solid color, to just kind of like eyeball and make sure that it's even. After that, I'll do like my single color bead with another color. You can kind of see I've made a little pattern, but this one's a little bit hard to see because I did do like a fall theme on this. So after you have all the beads on, I just eyeball it again to kind of get them even. And then I'll put on 1 big bead at the end. And then I'll put on a crimping bead. And then the other part of your clasp. So how that looks, so let's say you're at the end. You've got all the beads on your strands. So I've got my new crimping bead on, then I'll put on the other end of my clasp, which is the circular one, if you guys got the same clasps. And again, with the ends, I will just push it through the crimping bead again. And this time, since you're going to have beads on your strand, you're going to want to push them through all your beads as far as you can and pull it nice and tight, again, just like you did, so that the loop at the end is not very big. And what I'll do is, if I get it through the big bead that I have, plus 3 beads or so, I'll try and get the wires out and cut them, and then kind of just move the beads around so that you can't see them at all. So I'll show you what I mean. So I do have some beads on this. Of course, this is a single strand, not 3 strands, but with 3 it's a little bit funkier because it's thicker. So you're essentially going through 6 strands. So see how I'm like kind of just threading it through with these beads, and even these tiny glass beads will fit through 6 strands, so you should be good. So I get the 3 through, so let's just see, got that, and then I'll just pull my extras through and, you know, take scissors and cut them, and then just kind of balance my beads out, and then you'll have a finished product. And just try it on. So if you guys have any more questions about like my pattern, again, I usually will do a solid color, you know, about halfway through the bracelet. I kind of eyeball it. Then I'll do one color of my next series. I'll go back to my original color and then do about 5 beads in that color. Then I'll do one color of my next series, go back to my other color, and then 5 beads in that series. So if you guys have questions on my pattern, I can definitely show you some other bracelets. I have pictures of some bracelets that I can send you, but hopefully that helps. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing, and if you have questions, just let me know. All right, bye.